Listen. Do you hear that? That's the sound of brilliant wealth management decisions being made, using thoughtful analysis and unique insights to chart a path most investors miss. It may not be loud and exciting, but that's how you build wealth over time. At PNC Private Bank, our team of dedicated advisors take a steady and calculated approach to managing your wealth, which might sound boring to some, but the outcomes are anything but. PNC Private Bank, brilliantly boring since 1865. PNC Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Save on Uber One this fall with Verizon. For a limited time, get 3 free months of Uber One. Get $0 delivery on eligible food, groceries, and more, and 6% Uber One credit earned on eligible rides. Just another way to save on subscriptions you love at Verizon.com/Pandora. Subscriptions available at Verizon.com/PlusPlay. After 3-month promo, subscription auto-renews monthly at $9.99 plus taxes, unless you cancel. Visit Uber.com/Uber One for terms.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Game On. This is your Sports Morning Espresso Shot. I'm your host, Will, from Game On, and he's Cricket from sportspicks.locals.com. And I hope you guys had a wonderful Mama's Day. You hung out with all your favorite mamas in your life yesterday, and we've got a lot to get into after this weekend of sports. We got the NBA draft lottery results that are quite shocking at who got the number one overall pick. We've got NBA playoffs to recap. It seems like here in the second round, every series is going to go 7 games. And we got NHL playoffs, or the Stanley Cup playoffs, to find out what's to catch up on and figure out what's going on there, which we might start there, Cricket, because right as I was going to play the countdown, one of those one of our intros, but literally right as I clicked start, I got the text that said, "Can you make a bottle?" So of course that happens. How are you doing? And I'm going to step away for a second, but I can still hear you.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man. I'm all right. I'm moving slow this morning, y'all. You're going to have to give me a minute here to get all this stuff pulled up. I was not prepared for this morning. Let's see here. Hope everybody doing all right this morning, man. Hope y'all had a great Mother's Day out there, everybody. All you wonderful mothers. Got to enjoy some time with my mama yesterday. So hope everybody else had a good time yesterday as well. Here we go, y'all. Over on the ice, pucking around a little bit. Florida Panthers come back to defeat the Boston Bruins last night. Bruins take a 2-0 lead in the first period. Panthers wind up scoring 1 in the second and then get 2 in the third. With a little controversial goal there, the game-tying goal. A lot of controversy kind of surrounding that right now. You had, I believe it was Sam Bennett, cross-check. Who was it? Charlie Coyle, somebody into Swayman there. Wound up, the Bruins immediately reviewed the goal, or challenged the goal for goalie interference, and it was upheld as a good goal there. They looked at it, Toronto and all that stuff. Kind of like the NFL, when all of the touchdowns are sent to New York or reviewed in New York immediately. It's the same way with the goals. In the NHL, they are reviewed in Toronto immediately, and they'll put their 2 cents in if they think there's anything sketchy there, but nobody said anything, man. They wound up upholding this goal, and the Boston Bruins fans feeling a little rough this morning. They are now down 3-1 in this series on life support, but a very similar spot that the Florida Panthers were in last year to these same Bruins. So still a little bit of hockey left in this one. Bobrovsky had 16 saves, .889 save percentage. Barkov had another good game. Swayman was out there doing the damn thing again. But yeah, so that one is now 3-1, and that goes back to Florida. Game 5 will be on tomorrow, I believe. Good morning, Glenberg. Good morning. Yeah, they do baffle me, man. They are pretty. It's pretty crazy, and I've even seen some things that Thatcher Demko may be getting healthy there. But I'll be honest with you, man. I don't know that you want to take Artur Silovs out of the pipes right now. That guy's playing good. He had 42 saves last night, .933 save percentage, and they get the win on the road at the Oilers. Man, that's a big time win right there for them. Loki said I sprinkled a little on the Nugs to win series 4-2 and 4-3 when they were down 2-0. Let's see if it works out, bro. It looks good right now, man. They have we'll have to wait till Will gets back talking NBA. Let me say good morning to all y'all this morning, man. I forgot we ain't even done that yet. Good morning, Bear. As a Purple Samurai, I wish y'all a good morning. I can't do it as good as Will, man. Good morning, Derp. Said both of you look like you could use blueberry donut, which I just had. It was wonderful, man. I could use the blueberry donut right now. Might get me rolling in the right direction. Good morning, Pissant. And then good morning, Super James. Said, I think Ari might name the strain Purple Samurai. That's a good name. And good morning, Loki. He's the one just told us he sprinkled a little bit on the Nuggets to win the series 4-2 and 4-3 there. And then good morning, Glenn Burke. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. Hope all y'all doing all right this morning. Hope y'all took care of all them mamas yesterday. They are what makes the world go round. Well, jump back over. Well, hey, there you are. What's up?
Howdy.
I didn't expect you back that quick.
Back. Yeah, I know. I think it's just one for now. So,
big time.
Yeah.
Well, the second game last night, y'all. We'll get through this real quick here, and then we can go over the other ones in a little while. But Canucks wind up not coming back. They got up 3-1 in the first period of this one. Both teams added a goal in the second. Oilers were able to add one in the third, but it was not enough. Like I said, Artur Silovs had 42 saves, .933 save percentage. Brock Besser had 2 goals and assists. They actually had it listed for a little bit there that he had a hat trick in the first period. They wound up going back, reviewing that goal, and swapping around there. I believe they gave it to Lindholm. He wound up getting a little tip right at the end of it there. But Brock Besser almost had a damn hat trick in the first period of this thing. But the Canucks hold on and take a 2-1 series lead over the Oilers. And, man, had to have this one right here. After dropping one at home, had to have this one to regain the home ice advantage. And Canucks still very much alive in this thing, leading this series 2-1 now. Game 4 will be tomorrow night, I believe, on that one, y'all. There's a little recap of your action on the ice last night. Did you see one of these, man?
I did not.
Yeah, a little controversy in the Panthers-Bruins, man. That game-tying goal, they had, they said that there was a cross-check. Sam Bennett is like public enemy number 1 in Boston right now. They hate that man up there. He is always in the controversy, it seems like, in this series. But, yeah, it was a little controversy, man. I don't know. I don't know if it was goal interference or not. I think I was on the side of the Bruins, so I agree with the Bruins fans. Hell with the officiating.
Yeah, I saw the only thing I caught yesterday was the Bruins were up 2-0. And I was like, oh, wow. Okay, well, it looks like Boston's gonna get this one. And then I saw the final results, and I was like, ooh. Okay.
They got up pretty quick. Yeah, they got up pretty quick on them. Like I said, gave one back in the second and then wound up allowing that game-tying goal where Bennett I believe it was Charlie Coyle that he cross-checked into Swayman there. I mean, it wasn't like a bad play where it was like definitely goal interference, but I could see where it could prevented him from reaching over and making a pretty nasty save. And that guy's been playing pretty well. So, I mean, it's not out of the realm to think that he would make that save. But it's kind of like, so I don't know. They wound up not overturning it, man. There's a lot of upset Boston fans this morning. But good morning, Ripper.
Yeah, good morning, Ripper. Okay.
Besser is the beast, Glenberg. However, Bowser is also a beast in Mario.
Facts.
It is facts.
Facts. All right, let's see. Let's pull this up.
It was a pretty sloppy game.
Yeah,
very sloppy game.
I haven't responded to this yet. I'm gonna do that this morning, but our good buddy Uncle Pudge over at Pudge TV.
Good morning, MB.
He goes, I saw this weekend, right?
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. Pudge is you got to get a picture or whatever with Matt Leinart. And I'm like, oh, that's awesome, dude.
Yeah. I was like, who is that? And then, okay.
Matt Leinart. And I was like, oh yeah, he look at that. Even Matt Leinart reposted it and whatnot.
Let's
he
go.
He said happy birthday. It was so great meeting you yesterday. Go Fives. I don't know what that is, but I was like, okay, cool.
Go Fives.
That's awesome. I go, that's awesome.
He tagged me born in May or something.
Sure. Or
I
figure it's
the best guess I can give, man.
No. I mean, because if you look at this one, they're all doing the Fives as well. So I'm guessing it's whatever event they're at that has something.
Okay, that's cool.
And he goes, he tagged me in this last night. He goes, so I just realized this weekend how cool this is. I told you, Game On, that I'm not a sports guy. I felt pretty dumb being the only person on the planet who didn't know who Matt Leinart was.
Pudge. We're gonna have to talk about this, Pudge.
That you never know. You would never know he's famous and rich. He's a really chill dude.
I believe that.
That's cool. But I was just like, he tagged me in that last night and I smiled at it. I actually had a I don't remember what the theme was or why I did it, but it was like, I think it was right after he got drafted by Arizona, or it was in his rookie season. I went to one of our school tolos in a Matt Leinart jersey.
Let's go, bro.
And I was like, wait a minute. You don't know who Matt Leinart is? I'm like, oh boy.
Pudge, we
Okay,
need
Pudge.
This is what we need. We need our people out there when they're getting in spots like this, man. We need them to lock down an interview for us, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I guess he didn't know that was a sports guy.
Right? Hey, bro, you play video games?
Yeah, I don't know,
That's
man.
awesome, Pudge. Good stuff, man.
I thought that was funny. All right. Hey, before we get into everything, I just want to say, chat, you're the real MVP. I know the show has been, the last few months has been a little rocky because of life changes and whatnot. It's not our normal flow of things, and I really appreciate you guys showing up here. I know I have to randomly leave or start the stream late, do what we got to do, but we get the show going, and I really appreciate hanging out with everyone each morning. You guys don't understand how much fun this is for me. It is very frustrating to me too when I don't get to plan everything out and have it go as smooth as I like. I appreciate my co-host more than you guys could ever imagine, being able to hold things down these last few months without me, or with me being in and out all the time. Especially, this morning was a prime example. Started late, and then right as we started, I had to step away as well. So I appreciate you guys. You guys are the best, and I promise when we're almost through the thick of it, and as we progress through the summer and creep up to NFL season, that's the good thing about all this is by the time the NFL season comes around, which is obviously the main time of the year, everything should be pretty much smoothed out, and we should be on a consistent schedule going forward.
Buku said that to me, man. He was like, honestly, man, he's like, I know it's a little tough right now and all. He's like, but this is really probably the best timing on all this. He was like, because by the time you get back to football season, man, he's like, the girls will be old enough. They should be sleeping through the night. Everything should be good to go by the time we get to football season. I was like, you know what, Buku, you're right. Man, he was feeling rough yesterday, man.
He was? What was going on with our man Buku?
I don't know. He just got some of that funk, man. There's the funk going around spring. You got 2 kids in school and stuff, too. They bring all the germs home and stuff. I think he just got a little bit of
physically wasn't feeling good.
Yeah. He feels probably some allergies, something like that. But, yeah, he was just down for the count yesterday, man. He was not feeling well at all. So I hope he's up and going this morning.
Oh, yeah. Well, hope he's feeling good, or you just take some really good drugs. And
just feel better, bro. Just feel better.
Take some good drugs and sleep it off, my man. Stay hydrated. Drink some water.
Right.
But yeah, appreciate you guys. Appreciate you, Cricket. And let's get into this. Let's start.
We appreciate you too, sir. We know you're a busy man. Well, you're doing the damn thing. It'd be different if you were just dicking off, but you're not just dicking off.
I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to get a show in yesterday on Mother's Day with my whole uncensored pharmacist. I probably would have been able to squeak one in late Saturday night, but I was like, man, it would be like 1 a.m. on the East Coast. I'm like, I don't know if anyone. I'm like, and I probably would have done it had I had my logo finished, and I don't have that done yet. So I was like, screw it, I'll do it tomorrow. I don't know why I thought I was going to be able to do it on Mother's Day.
Yeah, I when you said that the other day, I was like, well, we'll see about all that. But yeah, no, I figured that's pretty poor planning there.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna try to get one in tonight. I don't know. I have this article I want to do. I want to talk about, but we'll get there.
I was gonna say I'd talk about with you, man, but I don't know that I give you a lot of meaningful information.
Oh, this is so dumb. TNT is a bunch of bitches, dude.
TNT?
Yeah, TNT. The NBA and TNT are a bunch of bitches.
Yeah, we knew the NBA.
Yeah, let me see. Let me see if I can find the shot. We're gonna start in the world of basketball, and we're gonna start with here. So the Denver Nuggets go on the road after being down 2-0, losing both games at home. Everyone was writing them off and calling them bums and telling them that they're washed up. And you know what? Actually, Jokic and this team they owe me a thank you for lighting a fire up under their ass for calling him a MVP bum, the worst MVP we've ever seen. He's an MVP and can't even go out there and put up an MVP performance when his team's down. Well, he finally did it, all thanks to me, lighting a fire up under his ass as he puts up 35.7 boards and 7 assists in a 115-107 rout of the Minnesota Timberwolves. And I say rout because this game was never even close.
No,
it was close. The closest it was in the first quarter. At one point. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah. This is about the closest it got after the first quarter. this final score here. Beyond that, man, they were pretty much in control the whole time. Felt like double digits the whole time.
Did you see any of this game?
Very few minutes, probably 2 or 3 minutes in between maybe a commercial break on the hockey game or an intermission or something like that. I had to watch something during the intermission.
Let me talk about the most important point in this game. The Nuggets in the second quarter were up 16 at one point.
Okay.
And then the Timberwolves were coming back, went on a little bit of a run, and slashed that thing down to 7 points, which is huge right as the half's about to end. They cut it down to 7, which was kind of crazy because it was just like Denver was losing all the momentum, and we were about to have a really close game. Well, the Nuggets did what any champion does. They stopped the bleeding, and they turn it back around. Now, this event that I'm about to show you that happened was one of the most insane 15 seconds of NBA. The Nuggets went on an 8-0 run in 15 seconds to end the half. That's how crazy it was.
That's weird. How do they score that?
Yes, very weird. When I say that they stopped the bleeding, it'd be like if the Minnesota Timberwolves stabbed the Nuggets with a knife. Not only did the Nuggets pull that knife out, stop the bleeding, but they stabbed that thing right back into the Timberwolves. All right, so they come down. Timberwolves come down. They shoot a 3. They cut it to 7. Right. Nuggets answer back with their own 3. Okay, now it's 10. Now it's tied up 10. Well, the Timberwolves have the ball. They're driving down, and there's about 11 seconds when this turnover happens. Right. So there's 11 seconds. Anthony Edwards turns the ball over, and here's what happens, Cricket. Absolutely insane. You ready?
Lost the ball with a turnover. Nice Denver D.
Okay, so turn the ball over. Hey, look at this. We're going to get an extra 2 points here. Maybe. We don't know. We've seen some crazy things happen. People miss some easy layups and stuff before. But, okay, we're gonna get another 2 points. That's huge. That's a huge momentum shift. Denver Nuggets needed that.
Porter at the other end, and he tries, and he gets it.
Nuggets needed that, right? Okay, so there's about 3 seconds or so left on the clock at this point. Nuggets just stole 2 points from Minnesota. Minnesota's going to try to huck the ball down the court and see if they can get a shot off, right?
Okay.
Go. Beating the clock.
Oh, look at that. Terrible pass. Jamal Murray catches it. Now, mind you, there's like less than 2 seconds left right here.
It's intercepted. Murray good at the go.
That'll do. That'll do right there. Come on, you got to be better than that, Minnesota.
Talk about a momentum shift, dude.
How many times do we see that? Not just in NBA, college basketball, anything. Whoever makes that last shot before halftime gets all that momentum flowing into the second half, especially when it's a shot like that.
It was about to be a 7-point game to end the half, or at least single digits. And then they go into the half up 15.
Just steal 5 points like it's nothing.
8.
Was it 8?
Well, I guess they stole 5. Yeah, they stole 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still, though, they scored 8 in a very short amount of time right there.
Dude.
Hey, there, Loki said, Creek, we need to have Smoke the Spread crew put Orioles on no bet list. Freaking team keeps screwing our scissors. Don't even let them get off the ground. Yeah, I'm about ready to put them Orioles on no bet list too, Loki. And good morning, Buku. There you are. I was talking about you a minute ago, man. You hope you're feeling better.
I didn't bet anything yesterday because I just didn't have time. But I looked at what I liked, and I had 5 picks that I liked and narrowed it down to put a contest pick in. But I never got a chance to like sit down and really look into it. But I had 5 picks that I really liked yesterday.
How they do?
I went 4-1.
You didn't bet none of them.
I didn't bet none of them. But guess what? The one that lost is the one I put into the contest.
I know how that goes. I understand that completely, sir.
I'm like, are you kidding me? And that was the Knicks to win by 2 yesterday, by the way.
Good pick there.
Yeah, that one didn't. But one more time, dude. This is insane. Watch it.
Beating the
Grabs it.
Court length. It's intercepted. Murray good at the go.
It's just, and it was just a
wet.
dude. I watched that live, and I was like, oh, we're talking about that on the show. That's why I said TNT's a bunch of bitches, because I retweeted Barstool's tweet about it, and they had blocked it for copyright issues. So I had to go pull it up somewhere else and find another one. But
we found it. Got them.
Found it. Yeah. But here we are. Denver Nuggets tying the series back up 2-2. We're going back to Denver. Denver is now minus 160 to win the series. What do you think about this, Cricket? I have a theory, and some people will say this is the zigzag theory. You know, expect the Minnesota Timberwolves to come back and be dialed in Game 5, and Minnesota's not out yet. What's your theory, or how do you feel about this? I mean, they got Anthony Edwards, who put up 44 points in this game, and then Minnesota still was never even close. What do you think's going to happen? And then I'll give you my take afterwards.
Yeah, man, I don't really know. Hell, like I said, in these NBA series, every time I think a team can't win a game, they go up by 25 at some point in the game and just usually wind up cruising to the end. I mean, I would expect the Nuggets to still be the Nuggets, and I don't see them losing another one back at home. I would expect them to win this next game. Maybe Minnesota can win Game 6 and get it to 7. But, I don't know. Much like I felt like the Nuggets didn't have a chance to win one of these next 2 games after the Timberwolves whipped them, I don't feel much like the Timberwolves have a chance to win one of these next 2 games because the Nuggets look pretty dominant in both those games up in Minnesota.
Even after I lit a fire up under their ass, you still didn't think they had a chance?
I mean, it's not that I didn't think they had a chance because of the champs. It's just that everything I had seen before that had told me they were getting dominated, which, I mean, honestly was more what made me – I bet the Nuggets both games up in Minnesota -2.5 at plus money because I was like, hell, I just don't, But it didn't everything you'd seen on the court told you they should not be in the game because they got whipped down in Denver, man.
Yeah, it's funny when you get whipped on your home court, but like now it's happened to both of them. Like, no road team or no home teams won a game yet, which is weird. Usually you see this in hockey, you don't see this in basketball, but here we are.
Right. Especially second round. What do you think is going to happen, man? I don't think the Nuggets. I wish I'd have bet them at plus 400 after they were down 2-0.
It still doesn't feel like that great a value,
It didn't, and you had no reason to be confident in that bet.
No. Now, if it was like 8-1, I might look at it at that point, right? Because let's be honest, the real odds, true odds, are probably more like 12-1.
Yeah.
When you've
it's hard to come back from 2-0
games,
down 2-0 in a series,
especially when you've lost your 2 home games.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, when you started out 0-2 at the house,
you got blown out in both.
Yeah,
games.
You didn't lose them; you got whipped.
Here's what I think. I think this is a lot of people are expecting Minnesota to make adjustments because that's all these NBA playoffs are. It doesn't matter. That's why we see a lot of blowouts. Blowouts are going to happen. It doesn't matter if you lose by a point or by 50. It's still just one game in a series. The whole NBA playoff series is a different mentality. It's all about making adjustments. Clearly, Denver has made the proper adjustments. I think we're starting to see that. Not saying that he wasn't a great coach, but Budenholzer here, he's starting to show that he actually is. He's starting to separate himself. It's one thing to win a title. There's a lot of coaches that with a very talented team wins a title. It's rare that you have a coach that is actually really great. I think we saw this with like Spoelstra when he was first coming out. They all thought, hey, Spoelstra's he's just got all this talent around him, right? I mean, and that's but then you come to find out, no, he's actually he's a film junkie, and he's actually a really good coach and makes the right adjustments. I think we're seeing that with Denver's coach here. I think the difference in this is I don't think Minnesota is going to be able to make the proper adjustments because I think they're too young. I think this is experience versus youth here, and I think the Denver Nuggets, having gone through this last year, having winning the title, having a little adversity right here in this series, I think they're more likely than not to end up continuing doing what they're doing. I wouldn't be surprised if they win this 4-2, if they win the next 2 games. I think Minnesota, I just don't think I think they're just too young. And what we're going to see is you're going to probably see something like we saw this game where, okay, we're down. I got to put the team on my back. Anthony Edwards, not saying he can't do it, but he's going to try to go out there and do everything. Well, he went out there and did everything today, and that's not always the best move. That's not always the right thing to do, because you can put up 44 points and still lose. It's knowing when you need to do everything, and it's one thing to know when, like LeBron, when it's like, okay, it's game 6, we need to win this to go to a game 7. I'm gonna just be in the zone and go crazy. And the other time to know when, hey, we need to win this game. I need to get my guys involved. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, man. We see it all the time where these superstars go off. Actually, last night I had a damn Joker. I bet the Joker triple-double again, but I had a little same-game parlay with Joker triple-double, Nuggets -2.5, Anthony Edwards over his points. It was like plus 950. A little anti-correlation there, man. Come on, Joker. You can't give me 3 more boards and 3 more assists, bro.
What a bum. MVP? No.
Yeah.
No. Hey, look,
man, MVP peckerhead.
I hope you get that 4-2, Loki. I hope you get it 19-1.
Ooh, that 4-2 would be nice, man. That's looking pretty good. Looking better and better right now. And yeah, and Buku saying the Oilers playing very well and have a great team, but they are struggling in the crease. And when they went with Skinner last night, I had Nucks money line and grabbed it again after they went down 1-0. Yeah, Buku, I remember. I know I told you I had the Oilers in that second game, but I wound up not putting it into the very last second. And I was sitting there thinking we had talked about Skinner a little bit, and I wound up going with that Canucks money line with you, man. It was plus 164. I like betting plus 164s, bro. I feel like I hit a lot of those.
That's your number. All right.
That's one of them.
Check this out from the game as well.
Had the wrong
button there. My bad, guys. My bad.
Sorry, y'all.
Me.
Whatever. You never got to
See this.
That. What we got here?
Oh,
my goodness. Woo.
That was nasty. That's nasty.
Ooh.
He just goes a little, nope. Actually, we're going to pull this thing back this way, and we're going to come right back.
Dude, I shared this thing on Twitter the other day. I'm pretty sure I reshared it. I have to go down and find it at some point. But they had to do this little side-by-side with him and Jordan.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen it. It is quite crazy.
It's pretty identical, and it's pretty nuts.
Is it that weird, though? Let's be honest. He probably grew up watching Jordan.
I mean, I understand that you model your game after it, but if you look at those highlights, how many different ones they show side by side, y'all can go look on my Twitter timeline. I got it reposted over there. It's somewhere.
You want to look at highlights?
Background makes that thing, man. But yeah, bro, I don't remember what we were saying now. What were we talking about?
Exactly.
What were we talking about?
We're talking about highlights.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Anthony Edwards and Jordan. I was like, damn, sorry, you threw me off. But yeah, it's pretty crazy. Y'all go look at that side-by-side highlight tape, man. And it's like almost identical. They got several different plays where Anthony Edwards looks like a clone of Jordan. And all his steps, all the movement, everything looks identical, man. Y'all go back to my Twitter timeline and look at that thing. It's pretty nuts.
So okay, and then the other game we don't really have to talk much about. Pacers win 121-89. They blow out the Knicks. Now, I heard an interesting thing. The Pacers actually did the Knicks a favor here. The Knicks banged up, don't have much depth, fighting through some injuries. Pacers, meanwhile, continue each and every game. Their bench blows out the Knicks bench. The Knicks bench is lucky to get 10 points from their bench. Meanwhile, the Pacers puts up like 40 or 50 points from their bench. Did they do the Knicks a favor here?
Why?
Because the Knicks starters pretty much sat the whole second half.
Oh, damn. I was going to say, look, Jalen Brooks, I was like, how was Burks the leading scorer in this thing?
Because the Knicks starters, it was over. And they said, you know what? This is we're just going to punt on this game because it's just one game. We're tied 2-2 going back to the Garden. The Knicks are a 2-point favorite in game 5. The Knicks, who are, like I said, they're banged up, battling some injuries. The Pacers might have did them a favor by blowing them out so badly.
The Knicks starters scored a combined 39 points.
Yeah, it was over. It was. I mean, look at that first quarter.
Oh, that's true. I didn't look at that. Yeah, they were down 20 in the first. Okay, down 28 and a half. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess this one was over pretty quick. Hell, I saw where they had an Obi Toppin dunk that put them up by 40 at one point.
Yep. And so, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens there, but we don't got to talk much about that game. Okay.
Who's winning that series, man? That one's probably pretty even. You probably got to go minus 110.
I want to say the Knicks. But, I mean, look at another series tied 2-2. I mean, all these series look like they're going 7.
And probably want a single one go 7.
No, but I wish I could get like an over-under on how many will, or like a bet of will all the series go 7. That'd be
y'all remember when I made that first round bet? Will there only be one game 7 in the playoffs, like plus 1,400? I thought that was first round. Turned out that was all the playoffs. So I'm rooting against game 7s now. We've only had one so far. I don't want any more. I didn't realize I was betting it for the whole playoffs. I thought I was just betting it for the first round.
Okay.
I was wondering why the odds were so high, and for only one game 7. I was like, hell, there's only one series that can go 7. Why you give me plus 1,400? Read the fine print, Cricket, you dumbass.
Damn. Does that include the finals?
Includes everything.
Oh, man.
One game 7 in the NBA playoffs.
This is weird. It's weird to think of either of these teams going to be in the conference finals, but it's probably going to be the Pacers. I just don't know how you how, as the Knicks, you can't get anything from your bench. Like that's the biggest difference for me. So I would think that the Pacers should probably be favored in this one, but we'll see.
I mean, they got
Okay.
they got a little bit from the bench last night, but it looks like a lot of these guys don't get those opportunities most of the time. I mean, you got
Let's run
16
down.
for McBride, but I mean, that's the thing is like the bench showing up in games where they're out of it, man, getting trash points. I need you to do that when we're in the game.
Well, they don't see the court.
It's true. Damn, I guess the Knicks just in trouble.
Let's run down the Twitter timeline. That's what I'm looking forward to this morning because I got some. I don't even remember exactly everything that I have, but I got some funny things here. One of them is this. I wanted to ask you, Cricket. So if we don't let our athletes bet on games they have the ability to influence, why do we allow Congress to invest in companies that they regulate?
Just saying that.
Riddle me that, Cricket.
That's a pretty good point right there. So it seems funny, doesn't it?
I didn't even see this until just now.
Who is this?
That's Nancy Pelosi.
Okay, I was like, that's that Pelosi lady, ain't it?
Yeah, who off of like a $250,000 salary was worth over $200 million. So
wait, what now? Say that again.
Her congressional salary throughout the years is something like, let's just say $200,000 a year on average. Okay, she was the Speaker of the House. It was probably a little bit more than that for some point, but she's been in Congress since the 90s.
But before we were born, probably.
No, it was when we were born. A lot of these people didn't. This whole, I was looking back at it. This whole like being a congressman for life thing didn't really start to the late 80s or into the 90s, over you're seeing the people that have been there for 30 years now. She's one of them. Somehow she's worth over $100 million. I don't get it.
I don't either.
Her stocks, when she invest, because they have to disclose what they invest into after the fact, but they don't have to do it like the second they make the purchase. It's like quarterly. So then you get to see what they invested into. For some odd reason, I don't know why she went into Congress, into politics, because she is the best trader on the world. Everything she invests into goes up by a lot.
Well, that sounds a little sketchy.
I know.
A little sus, as the kids would say.
It's like she has inside info. But
I was getting like she might know something.
Mm-hmm. But it's not illegal for congressmen to insider trade. As long as they do it on the floors of Congress.
God almighty. That's why I can't get involved in all this stuff, man. I get too fired up. That's why I can't do this.
Maybe she's just that good at picking stocks, Cricket. Maybe she's just that good.
No, I'm sure
she's better than all the other people in the world.
I'm sure that's what it is. Yeah, that's the GOAT of stock trading right there. I'm sure she's the Tom Brady of stock trading.
I should have known that Cricket would not believe a woman would be the best at something.
I don't believe that damn lady's the best at anything. I don't know much about her, but all I've ever heard is a bunch of shit thrown her way, and I feel like she causes a lot of damn problems. That's the way
let's see.
I feel about it. But that's a very good point there. A little meme action. Absolutely. What else we got going on, man?
Hold on, I'm scrolling down here. I was trying to find. There we go. I was trying to find this. Speaking of Cricket's a man of his word. He does want to repeal the 19th. Look at that. He's out there working hard while his woman's just barefooted on the porch.
14 fan just sitting there. Yeah. She came over. She's going to mess with me, trying to tell me something about the weed eater. I said, hey, I don't need you over here looking on my shoulder. I'll get the yard cut. It'll be good. You need to go on back in there and do your thing. Go ahead. Do what you do. Honestly, I don't care. You go do whatever. Go sit, watch TV, something. Leave me alone. And then she comes back out taking pictures of me and stuff.
Can I be honest? So she tagged me in this, and I saw this photo, and I was just laughing. I'm like, that's Cricket back there doing that. I'm like, okay, that's funny. And I saw her caption and whatnot, and the repeal the 19th. I was like, that's hilarious. Yeah. I did not see her shirt.
Yeah,
I didn't see her shirt. Yeah. I was just like, oh, that's funny. And then when Chris had responded to it, he said something and tagged Heather. I'm like, why is he tagging Heather in this? What's she got to do with the repeal the 19th? And then I went back and looked at the photo, and I was like, oh, the shirt.
That's one of her shirts, man. Yeah, that's one of her shirts. They got it sent down to Chris trying to send it to me, and I was like, nope, I don't want that damn thing. And SD14 man's like, I want it. Chris had that damn thing here in about 3 days, man. She rocks it, bro.
Oh, yeah, that was funny. I saw that. And she goes, he's going to hate that I have all you guys on here. And I said, no. He might hate it, but we love it. So keep it up. Keep it up. Yeah, man of his word.
I get done cutting the grass, and I'm sweating, and they're trying to wipe grass all over. She's like, look what I put on Twitter. Yeah, I got a lawnmower, man. I was weed eating there. Steps. I got a lawnmower, man. I'd already knocked that part out, bro.
Hey, good morning, Heavy Steps.
Yeah, good
How you
morning. Hope
doing,
you're doing
bud?
all right, sir.
How you doing, man? CU's in the house. What up, CU? We've always had those lifers, storms. Okay, CU knows. I feel like though, CU, maybe I'm wrong, and you know better than me. I feel like at least maybe I'm just biased towards the ones that I've seen, but I feel like there's a lot more. Like it really became like, hey, we found out that we can make a shit ton of money by being, a lifer in Congress and just doing whatever the deep state wants us to do. So, if you look, I was looking at the ones that have been there forever for the last 30 years or something like that, and I'm like, oh, they all started roughly around the same time, both in the House and the Senate. But maybe it was more common back in the 50s and 60s as well. I don't know.
I just think it's foolish that these people get to stay in office as long as they do.
I know.
Shouldn't there be a limit on
term
that?
limits? We need term limits. That's what it's called. Nick Ricetta said, what was it? He said some funny things the other night, mainly in jest, that he goes, everyone should, after your term in Congress, you should be taken out and shot in Minecraft, of course. And, but he says you should be done. That should be the last service you do in your life.
Usually in Congress, usually if you're in Congress, you did something to deserve that kind of fate.
He goes, because someone in his chat was like, no, but then no one would want to do it. And he goes, that's where you're wrong. The sad part is the people that are doing it now would still be the ones that wanted to do it because that's how sick these guys are.
Straight up, bro. Straight up.
It's crazy.
Bunch of hypocritical fucks.
Yes.
Sorry, CU.
CU says there's more media to cover it. That's okay. You're right. I mean, that's a good point. I'm probably just biased because like everything now, a lot of the stuff has been happening for years, but you didn't really get to see it. You didn't get to see it back in the day. Whereas now it's on social media the second it happens and everyone sees it. So there's pluses and minuses to the internet and social media.
That's fair.
Back in the day, you had 3 news outlets. That's true. And you had to believe whatever they told you or whatever the president, when the president gave his speech to the country, you had to just believe, his word is true, which doesn't matter which president it is, they all lied.
I'm starting to say, I'm sure it was true, no matter who it was there. You right, Bear. Brad Keselowski did win that dadgum old NASCAR race yesterday.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. What also was cool? My great state of Idaho. Man, I love this place. It's getting every day I find something new that I love about Idaho. Idaho schools, starting on July 1st, will not be allowed to require staff and students to use pronouns. I don't think they were.
Wait a minute. What are we doing?
What?
You can't use pronouns?
No, you can't require it. So, like in Washington State, where they changed their curriculum and you have to teach about LGBTQ stuff, you have to respect someone's pronouns and go by their pronouns, or you can get in trouble. And you have to force teachers, if a student wants to say they're a puppy that day, you have to go along with it.
No, absolutely not.
Yes. Idaho says, no, you can't do any of that shit. And public schools cannot require a school to force their teachers to accept those pronouns. You can still go by someone's pronouns and whatnot, but you can't be required to.
I think it should be up to the judgment of the teacher. If you can tell somebody's being serious with all, if you're being serious, that's fine. I'll respect you and I'll do what you need me to do there. But if you're going to come in and tell me you're identifying as a furry or a puppy or some shit like that, like all you're doing is distracting the class, man. You're taking away from the other kids.
Exactly. So I love Idaho. It's great.
Idaho seems like they have it figured out.
We're
headed in the right direction.
I'm being cautious because as great as some of these things are, the pendulum always swings too far one way, and I'm expecting them to do something that's going to be so stupid, and I'm like, this is actually not a good thing. Yeah. The NBA draft lottery was yesterday, and here are the results. The Atlanta Hawks got the number 1 overall pick. Now, this year's draft is not that great of a draft. It's not that deep of a draft. The San Antonio Spurs had they have 2 there. They have the 4th and the 8th. They were hoping that who was it? Was it Toronto's or was it? They have someone's. I think it was Toronto's. Yeah, I think they had Toronto's from the Kawhi Leonard trade still, which is kind of crazy that.
Yeah, how is that still a thing?
Because that was the big deal. It was like trading. Like people didn't want to. it was smart because teams were like, I don't want you next year's pick. You're going to be good. I'm giving you a superstar. You're going to be good. I want
That's
like
a great point.
5 years down the road,
Yeah.
like all those trades. Like I want your 2028 draft pick because who knows what you're going to be like then. Yeah. So they had Toronto's, but it was protected if it fell out, which it clearly fell. I think it was top 6 protected or something like that, or even top 7. So if it
what does that
fell
mean when you say top 7 protected?
Okay, top 7 protected. So if Toronto ends up, let's say, getting the 3rd pick, they get to keep it because it's protected.
Dude.
So that was part of the deal.
Okay.
So we'll get to that in just one second. So
you saw it.
So part of the deal was, okay, this year it will be protected. So if we get a top 5 pick, let's say, then if we are 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, then we get to keep our pick. Anything outside of that, then it's the Spurs pick. Well, and then let's say that it did fall like on 3 or something like that, and it was protected. Well, then the next year it was unprotected. So whatever happened the following year doesn't matter.
I got you.
So the Spurs were actually hoping that it would have stayed in the protected zone, and Toronto got to keep their pick this year because this draft is not that deep, and they were hoping to get next year's draft. But it looks like Toronto ended up being 8, so Spurs got that one, so they have the 4th and 8th pick there. But the biggest shock is Cricket. This is the 6th year in a row since they changed the rules. It used to be basically if you had the worst record, you were more than likely to get that ping pong ball. You had like a 75% chance. Now they made it more fair, where the number 1 and the number 2 and number 3 have roughly the same odds. I think it was 14% for 1, 14% for 2, and 13.4% for 3. Either way, they made it a lot more fair, which makes it a lot more interesting. Obviously, if you're the worst team, you should still have like a little bit of an edge, but not like a huge edge. This is the 6th year in a row that the worst team, the worst record in the NBA, did not get the number 1 overall pick. And actually, this year's worst team was the Detroit Pistons. And once again, they had the worst record, and they ended up with the 5th pick. This has happened to them 3 times now.
This is why the NBA is shit, man. Because these teams that are bad like this are going to continue to be bad. Why not just give the Pistons were far and away the worst team in basketball this year? Am I recalling that correctly?
Yeah.
Like, come on, what are we doing here?
Look at this.
Them at the top. The Hawks, first time the Hawks got it in like 39, 40 years or something?
Yeah, the Hawks were 30-1. That was their odds. They had a 30-1 chance. Yeah, they had a 30-1 chance to get the number 1 overall pick, and they did. This was funny. It said the Pistons have been tied for the best odds to land the number 1 pick the last 3 years. They've ended with the 5th pick all 3 years. And it says this is Pistons fans.
Golly, he's upset.
Yeah, it's crazy. I kind of like it though. I feel like they're gonna, everyone, now that everyone's talking about this, I feel like they're gonna overreact and maybe change the odds. But I like this. I like this chaos. I think it's great because it doesn't reward you for being just terrible and tanking. Because remember the NBA?
Yeah, no, I like that. It does take the tanking out.
Because everyone's like, well, we might as well just suck. I like this and here's the thing: as bad as Detroit was this season, any team in the NBA can go out and just buy superstars. You know what I mean? You can go out and you can be good overnight, just get trade and get superstars. It's just what you're willing to.
Yeah, I forgot about this. That's true. They did sacrifice them at the altar.
That's right. Yeah, this was pretty crazy. What were we pulling up? You want to talk about MB?
Oh yeah, read that comment, man.
My sister, let's see. My sister has a niece who has twin girls in their high school who identify as cats. The school has a bathroom with kitty litter for their use. So stupid. What are we doing?
Are we serious?
I get respecting people and respecting what they want to,
and
whatever.
People, and these teachers, these adults, and they wonder why society's going to the way it is and the shit that goes on out there because you put kitty litter in the bathroom and stuff. That is ridiculous, bro.
Yeah, listen, if you want to dress up as a cat, dress up as a cat, all right? But you cross the line when you either start meowing in my ear or make me have to give you a catnip, Like, what are we doing?
If I walk in anywhere and somebody's using kitty litter in the bathroom, I'm going to have to immediately reevaluate wherever I'm at in the world and figure out.
This is what happens when everyone, there was this big push, this anti-bullying push. And this is what we get. We now get people kids dressing up as cats and using kitty litter in school. We need to bring the bullies back. That's what we need to do.
You know what? Maybe you're right, bro. You
we
might
need to
be
dump
right.
some heads in some toilets.
We got
do
too
some
damn
wikis.
sensitive. Some people need to be picked on so they can learn how to take up for themselves and not be dipshits.
Yep. Dumping their lunch on someone's head or something like that. We need to bring back bullying. That's what it is.
I don't totally disagree with it, bro. I don't. I understand that's a weird thing and all that stuff, but I'm sorry. Some people need to learn to defend themselves. Quit being pussies. Period.
He says, where are the parents? They're probably on the internet talking about how much they hate Trump. They're probably.
You're right. They probably got their they definitely got their eggs in too many other baskets, man. Too many irons in the fire. They're not worried about the kids. Probably all this other Biden bullshit.
Her niece doesn't want to attend school anymore. You know what? That's another thing. We need more homeschooling.
And that's the thing is that her niece would probably get in trouble for telling those kids they're fucking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Her niece would get in trouble for that, and they would call her a bully and everything because her niece the only one got any damn sense. Idiots, man. Where is this in, B? What state is this in? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I want to guess, but there's so many options that I'll probably get it wrong.
No, I mean, every state's screwed up in its own way.
Things we won't see anymore in the NBA. They don't bill them like they used to, Cricket. 40-year-old Michael Jordan played all 82 games and averaged 37 minutes per game in 2002-2003. That would lead the NBA this season. That man at 40 years old. Listen, LeBron's going to be 40 next year. He better play every single game and be 37.1 minutes if he wants to be better than Jordan. That's all I'm saying.
It's fair. Southern Illinois is where that's happening. Bear said, my dad would let me in the yard for sure. You want to be a cat? They sleep outside and eat raw birds because your dad knows what's going on, bro.
Well, this is a great transition, actually. Speaking of craziness and stuff like that, this biker who identifies as a cyclist wins the Tour de France.
Let's go. That's what I'm saying. Hey, I mean, I'm sorry. That guy right there, he worked hard. He trained for this.
That makes as much sense as, identifying as a cat and going
kitty litter in the elementary school bathrooms or whatever.
Yes.
Makes every bit as much sense. Makes way more sense than that to me.
Uh-oh.
Frank cooking again?
Yeah, he was cooking for Mama's Day. I haven't listened to this. It's 3 minutes long. We're just going to listen to a few seconds of it, though. Let's see what Frank says. We'll see what Frank's up to on Mama's Day.
We are making pork chops. Shake and bake. Brown sugar. All right, there's 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Here's a 2nd tablespoon of brown sugar.
I don't know if that qualifies as a tablespoon, Frank.
Paprika. I think I need more paprika. There we go. Nice teaspoon of salt.
What?
Not yet.
A nice teaspoon? He just poured it solid. Like, what are we doing? No wonder Frank weighed 500 pounds.
I love Frank. I love him.
Golly.
Never change, Frank. Never change.
I don't think he's gonna. Damn.
Facts. Dads, after having to actually watch their kids for an entire day without mom's help.
You need that smoke break, man. You gotta have that smoke break, bro. You'll start smoking. You had never smoked before in your life when you had kids. You get kids, you start smoking just to get a break.
My buddy was at this game, and I asked him, I go, is this true? And he said it absolutely was true. The Mariners dropped hot dogs and parachutes from the upper deck for fans last night. Check this out. Hold on. I'm gonna have to turn the volume down because I don't want
to say that song that they're playing while these are dropping sauce.
Look at that.
Let's go.
Dude, those are hot dogs. My buddy said, they're just throwing them from up there, dude. My buddy says that's his favorite upper decker. Look at that, man. Hot dogs from heaven.
Hot dogs from heaven. That's a pretty cool deal. Because them hot dogs cost about $8 a piece.
$8.
You pay more for a T-bone steak at most restaurants you will for them hot dogs. Or pay less for the T-bone steak, I guess.
Yeah, what was Pissant say? He says, I saw one video. It was a GIF about someone being guilty of murder. And he was like, yeah, but I identify as not guilty.
Right. And you got to respect that, you know. Yeah. Jeez, give me a break.
This sounds like listen, this isn't sports related, but any movies out there, I feel like it's rare we get a good movie nowadays. Maybe you get 1 or 2 a year. But I don't know anything about what this movie's going to be. But if you're going to put these 2 actors together, I know it's going to be good.
What was that? Tom Hardy and
I don't even know how to say his name. Mashallah Ali. He's a badass. I like him.
okay. What's he playing? What's something else he playing in?
Gosh, let me pull it up real quick. Let's pull it up. I can't remember. I just know I like him.
I tried identifying as a 65-year-old doctor and claim a pension. Didn't work for some reason.
Oh, that's where I saw him. I've seen him in True Detective before. I've seen him in House. Oh, that's what it is. It's also House of Cards. He was in House of Cards. That's right.
Okay.
He's that. He was one of the aides, the guy that just gets stuff done, who works for the like BlackRock company or whatever. Okay. But you're gonna put those two together, and I guess the movie's about the crime thriller follows a night when the city that never sleeps lost power and plunged into chaos and lawlessness. Okay. It just sounds like you're gonna have two guys being badass doing badass things.
That's why, and I like old Hardy, man. That dude does look like Wesley Snipes a little bit, though, Bear.
He does. He sure does.
Okay. Hell yeah.
You know what we should do?
What should we do?
Try one of these days to get. Oh, by the way, shout out to Pep Killa. That was pretty cool. She tweeted
man, out. That was cool. Yeah,
that was awesome. I love seeing crossover in the Rumble community, the gamers, branching out and coming into the sports world and vice versa, and spreading the love. Did you guys have a good show yesterday? I didn't get a chance to catch it.
We did have a good show yesterday, man. Went right at 2 hours. He had to hop out a little bit early, about 30 minutes early. He had to go. He was in charge of brunch and all that stuff yesterday. So, but yeah, we had a good show. Yeah, Pep came through, gave us a little shout out. We do appreciate that. Y'all go check her out on her channel. She does a lot of good stuff over there. But it is cool to see the gamers and the sports world and stuff kind of integrate there. And everybody, you scratch my back, I scratch yours type thing, man.
Absolutely. Good morning, Alan. I don't know if I've seen you here, but I like your hat.
I think we've seen Alan in here before, a time or two. Good morning, Alan.
Okay. Alan, House of Cards. that's true.
I haven't seen that one, man.
Dude, it's so good. But then, like, as the series was like coming to an end, was when so I think it was about 5 seasons. Am I correct? 5 seasons in, and then it was supposed to be the 6th season. But right as the 6th season happened, or was getting ready to film, was when Kevin Spacey was going through that Me Too stuff, and they canceled him. So then they had to change the whole script for the 6th season and totally just ruined the show. It was just
I hate terrible. That too, man.
But I will argue this: it's still worth watching. Just even watching the first few seasons,
even for somebody like me that don't give a shit about all that.
No, you would love it. You would love it. It's great. Okay. It's really interesting. It just shows the dirtiness of everything like that. And Kevin Spacey, his character he kills it. He crushes it. I give it a shot. Man. Give it a shot.
Yeah, I always liked him.
I like that though. George Washington flipping people off. That's awesome.
That is pretty cool.
See this, Cricket?
What happened here?
He says, "You think you're unlucky, but are you? I bet on the fighter they accidentally called the winner and then took it away. Unlucky. How do you do this? How do you watch this? How do you screw up this bad?"
Judge Keatley scores the competition 96-94. And Judge Nakamura scores the competition 98-92 for your winner by majority decision. And still,
first of all, I didn't even realize she has an OnlyFans.
I didn't see that either right there. But
that's funny. I hope she actually has an OnlyFans and it's not just a sponsor. I hope she has one.
I'm sure she does. But the that girl right there, the one girl in the black, looks like she's been beat to death. I assume they're about to tell her she won.
Still, the WBA.
But the ref was even raising her hand.
Yeah. The ref knew. He's like, wait a minute, what?
He's like, I don't think we got this right. I've been sitting here watching this too.
Watch this. They're all celebrating. She's like, wait, what? What happened? What happened? What happened? And then all of a sudden, they bring him back out and watch this.
Nakamura, who had that 98-92 scorecard, will be the referee for Lomachenko.
95-95. Keatley scores the competition 96-94. Nakamura 98-92 for your winner by majority. Fighting out of the blue corner.
He not only has to correct it, he has to go out and reread the score.
I would have been like, y'all heard the scores, man. She won. Raise her hand. You kidding me? You got to go back through all that again. How does that happen? How do you get to be that guy wearing that suit, holding the microphone, and screw that up that bad?
And then look at this chick's like, wait, what? It's like, listen, you knew you lost. What are you doing?
Yeah, look at your head. You got wore out. That other girl ain't even got a blemish on her, man. You knew who won that damn fight.
Oh, yeah, everyone's ignoring her too. No one cares.
Yeah, you got whooped. Sorry, you lose sometimes. You lost that one. That's crazy though, man. I ain't never seen nothing like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Derek Lewis this weekend got another knockout on his resume. 15 knockouts down by that man.
How many?
15 in his career.
Is that the record?
No,
I thought I saw somewhere it said he extended some kind of knockout streak or something.
Maybe. I don't think it was.
I don't know. Like I said, you know more about all this than me. I just thought I read a little highlight, skimmed over it. I thought it said he extended some knockout record or something. Maybe it's like over 40 or something like that.
I just saw where he said he wasn't going to lose to no taxi driver.
He didn't lie. Come out with his balls hot and everything.
Yeah, he mooned the crowd.
Did he?
Afterwards, he pulled his pants down and mooned the crowd.
I started to say, was it? Yeah, that one fight. He's like, well, my balls was real hot.
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
I like Derek Lewis. I'm a fan. Got another knockout. Let's go.
Cricket, did you see this that I tagged you in? I think you did. You liked it. Jason Tatum made his second three with 8 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the first quarter. Remember, I sent that as an underdog pick.
Yeah, over 2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. He finished two of 8. He's gone 8 straight games going under his 2.5 3 points made. So
we bet it again tonight.
Oh, yeah, we are. Absolutely. Yeah. That's going to be on my list when I send you the underdog mix. Is going to be that.
Okay. Go ahead and lock that one in. He's got to hit 3 eventually, right? Hell, looked like he was going to the other night. The second quarter, a whole second quarter left. He's got 2 and then make one the rest of the way. Are you kidding me?
Dude, that was 2 with 8:37 in the first quarter.
Oh, that's the first quarter. That's the first quarter. I thought it was the second quarter. Oh, my gosh. He made it with 4 minutes into the game?
Mm-hmm.
With the next 44 minutes without making one.
Yeah,
God,
guy went.
Day, man. Yeah. Frank, CU said Frank should be happy thanks to the guy who has never been successful as a closer, getting thrown back out there by Bobby Cox Jr., known as Brian Snicker. Almost, but not quite Braves. Frustrating. Oh, your Braves frustrating like Frank's Mets are, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
That'd be good content. We get CU and Frank talking Mets Braves.
Yeah. Hey, let me hop out and hop back in real quick, okay?
All right, you're good. Go ahead, man.
My headphones are doing those stupid things. I tried switching to my iMac, but it's also super quiet. Or to my iMac speakers. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you're good, bro. Come on back in there, man. Let me get over here. We'll try to. I guess we got about time to recap a little baseball. I think we're done with about everything else there. We touched on the hockey earlier and all that. So I guess we'll do a little baseball recap here. Let's get this pulled up. Boom. Looks like we had the Diamondbacks and the Orioles. Oh, yeah, man. We were talking about this one, Loki. These Orioles, I don't know, man. They've done me all right this year. Zach Gallen, I thought we were going to bet against Zach Gallen on the road yesterday. I didn't know where you wanted to go from here, man. I was just trying to feel.
No, I know. It does that. And I don't know why it does that. But whatever. I wanted to do this. Do you remember this guy?
Which one? Yeah, that guy? Yeah. They gave him a trophy recently. Or gave it back to him anyway.
He's pretty good at
Yeah. Promise, bro.
Oh, man.
Because when he was at USC was when I was in high school, man. Did a lot of watching Reggie Bush. And you've seen this every Saturday, man. Every week. You've seen at least one of these. Something crazy like this. Where, look, he's just so much faster than everybody else on the field.
Speaking of Matt Leinart.
Yeah, right. Speaking of speed, Pudge. Yeah. Look at him. Uh-oh.
We got to see what Frank
That's a Mets rant.
Yep, I think so. Let's see.
It's happened again. I got another box with a huge fucking dent in it. What the fuck, post office? What the motherfucking fuck? Look at this. Now, let's see if this box is...
By the way, I pulled this up on my phone just to see what he was ranting about. And when he did that motherfucking fuck, my 3-year-old looked at me like, what? I'm like,
whoa.
Turn that off.
Yeah, sorry.
Let's see what the damage is this time. This is getting fucking ridiculous.
He's not even mad at the Mets.
Pathetic.
Yeah. He didn't care the Mets suck. Just mad because he didn't get his new jersey on time. It's squished.
I mean, I'd be pissed.
You can't even get it open.
Yeah, it's time for another broken box unboxing. It's time for another broken box unboxing. Time for another.
I want to know what he got.
All right, here we go. All right. Looks like my special edition Martin Brodeur McFarlane. Canadian McFarlane.
Canadian.
Is fine.
What is Frank doing?
No thanks to the motherfucking post office.
Get this idiot off the screen, man. I want to watch him raise hell about that mattress. I don't want to watch him his toys. Good job, Frank.
What else we got?
Frank,
I'm having fun with these clips. I got to figure some other things out with it, though.
Hey, I like this, man. I like what he said in this thing. It wound up not working out last night, but I do respect his what he says here.
I came out with no energy at all. I came out flat, so and I can't afford to do that for my team. I let my team and my coaches down, fans down, so I'll be ready Sunday.
Yep, he says. So Anthony Edwards comes out. He says it's on me. I'll take the blame for this loss. I came out with no energy. This is after Game 3. Can't afford to do that. I let my team, coaches down, and fans down. And I mean, he came out and put up 44 last night, so he did do what he was going to do. But like I said, sometimes that's not the right thing that your team needs. Is they need you to be Superman, but they need you to.
You don't need to be taking chances away from other guys. Good looks to force some things there because you wind up forcing some shots. So yeah, he got 44, but how many of those bad shots did he take that he missed? They could have been other opportunities on assists and things like that. So I'm with you. But I do like his response there in that game because they came out. He didn't make no excuses. He said, it's on me. It's on me. I did read this. This is great.
This is exactly. Did I not say this pretty much word for word when we were talking about him fleecing people? He goes, so this is Tom Brady, of course, and he says, I just want to be sure. I understand the outrage. Netflix offered to pay me $25 million to attend an event. This is him responding to, like, you've got Mad Dog Russo, you've got Jason Kelsey, you got everyone in the sports world who, let's be honest, was pretty jealous that Tom got all the attention, got to go out there and whatnot. But they're like, I can't understand why you would sign up to be roasted like that. Let people talk about you and your ex-wife and stuff like that. You knew what they were going to do. And Tom says, I just want to be sure I understand the outrage. Netflix offered to pay me $25 million to attend an event where comedians ripped my ex-wife for cheating on me with her jiu-jitsu instructor. And people are wondering why I allowed that. Give any divorced dad on earth the same option and get back to me on that.
Just saying, when he said it like that, I was like, well, okay. That's why you're the GOAT.
Yep. I mean, you pay me $25 million to do all that. Sure. Why not?
Hey, that's pretty cool. See you. Found out that Brandon Nemo for the Mets was a bull rider before the major leagues. Gotta love it. He's from Wyoming. Hell yeah. That's the kind of guy I can get behind.
See, that was what was cool back in the day. Back when when people you made a decent living, but you didn't not the money you make now from being a professional athlete, where you still had to go out and work another job or something like that.
There's a lot of those athletes back in the day, probably 50, 60, they had like summer job. They had real jobs outside of the season.
Yeah.
Season
half
go
the year
long.
they're doing something. It's like the arena football and the UFL and stuff like that stuff now. It's like you got like 4 or 5 months of the year. Let's just say half of the year you're doing one thing, the other half you got to go work another job.
That's because I remember reading a story about Doyle Brunson, famous card player and everything, Hall of Famer, Texas Dolly.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a badass basketball player back in the day, and
really?
Got drafted by the Minnesota Lakers, I believe. When they were still up in Minnesota, but he worked at a sheetrock plant during the summertime. And after he'd been drafted by these guys, he's got seasons coming up, but he's in the summertime working at the sheetrock plant, and like a pallet of sheetrock fell on him and crushed his leg. And they obviously couldn't play hoops after that. And that's why he wound up going to the card table. I mean, I get it worked out for old Doyle Brunson. He is one of the GOATs, man. He's on the Rushmore of poker there. But yeah, it was he had one of those summer jobs at a sheetrock plant, and a pallet of sheetrock fell and crushed his leg, man, into his career. His basketball career.
Damn. Not bad.
Pretty nuts, dude.
Right. Here's what we got today. Let's dive into what we got today. We'll start in the association.
Are we still talking? We're not even going to talk about baseball? Why do we got to talk about NBA anymore?
We're going to get to baseball next. We're going to start with the association. See what we got today.
Oh.
We got
Jason Tatum over 2.5 3-pointers.
Yes, that's what we have. We need that. We got Celtics, Cavs. What is this, game 4? This might be one that we don't see go
game 5, game 4. God, I can't keep up with all this stuff.
Come on, Cricket. You're supposed to know everything about the NBA. Celtics still feels a little light, man. Celtics 8.5-point favorites. after they take game 3. Sharp money coming in on the Cavs, taking 8.5 points though. But 60% of the bets, 56% of the money is on the Celtics laying the points.
Hey,
other than our prop that we like in this one, what you got any feel here?
I don't know. It worked out the other night. I took a minus 12.5 in that game the other night, the Celtics, for some good plus money. Yeah, I know he doesn't care. I knew he didn't want to hear this. But yeah, I took a minus 12.5. They won by 13.
You guys only got about 1 month left of this, and then when we're in that middle of July, nothing's going on, you're going to be begging that Will's talking about NBA again.
Absolutely,
you're going to be missing so much.
Absolutely, they're not. We can talk about all kinds of things. We'll be creeping closer to football season. We have plenty to talk about. We'll be talking about who's going to be great in the NHL next year and all that stuff.
I don't know if you caught much of the Mavs Thunder game the other night, but Mavericks go up 2-1 after dropping game 1. They've won 2 in a row. It really does feel like they are the better team. They're only a 1-point favorite tonight. Do you think the Thunder can bounce back and tie the series up, or are the Mavs going to take a 3-1 lead?
I think the Thunder bounce back now. I am going to take the Thunder on a little alt line, probably minus 2.5, something like that. Get some plus money on that thing. I think this series. I'm with you, man. Outside of the Celtics Cavs series, they might all go 7.
You think so?
They really could, man. They all looking more and more like that. I was just saying, you see these teams come out not in like, and the thing is, they're not really close games. It's like they may go 7 games, but none of the games are within 15 points, I feel like, because one team just blows the other one out every night. But, you know, every time I think somebody's that much better than the other team, they get whipped.
I don't think I've seen CU.
Whoa, whoa. Oh, my goodness. I think we should move on now.
That's how you know he really doesn't like it. I was going to say, though,
for me. That man done cussed this morning and everything. Your wife go wash your mouth out with soap, sir.
That is hilarious.
Let's go.
We'll let you, because it's so rare, we'll let you slide. No, nothing for the tip jar.
Yeah.
That was a freebie.
That's a freebie. Well, let's go. Got me fired up.
I was gonna say you shouldn't do Thunder -2. You should do like Thunder minus like 6.5.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna run it way up.
Yeah, because I mean we've seen it's rare that these games are actually like within a possession or two.
That's like the other night, dude. In that damn Nuggets game, I had a minus 2.5 plus 190 in game 3. They won by 27. Could have took it up as far as it would go and got like plus 600 and something on that damn thing. NBA, there is some value in alt lines in NBA, I think. I just can't ever figure out which way I need to take it.
Absolutely. Do we want to recap or do we want to preview? You want to recap yesterday's MLB first?
Real quick. Okay. Diamondbacks beat the Orioles 9-2. Cubs defeat the Pirates 5-4.
Let me pull it up real quick.
I was going to say, we don't really have to go over that. I mean, all these series are pretty much over. Like, there wasn't nothing crazy exciting yesterday that happened that was just.
Here's what we'll do. You rattle off the scores real quick while I go warm up the Jeep.
All right, good. Let's do that. Red Sox defeat the Nationals 3-2 yesterday. Twins over the Blue Jays 5-1. I believe they won that series right there. Astros did defeat the Tigers yesterday. I was on these Tigers yesterday. It did not work. I actually got my head kicked in baseball yesterday. Canucks bailed me out a little bit last night. Had the Brock Besser anytime goal and the money line and all that. Jumped on them when they're down 1-0 in game 2. So the Canucks bailed me out last night. Thank you, boys. But baseball did not treat me right yesterday. We did win this one. We had the Yankees run line, just a straight run line. They went to defeat the Rays 10-6. Phillies. Oh, the Phillies, man. Damn Phillies. The Marlins, they can win one every now and then. We got to know. We go to that Phillies well a few days in a row. We got to be careful. Then keep going. It is Major League Baseball. They ain't going to win them all. And the hell, I had the Phillies like minus 3.5, minus 5.5. They just lost straight up. Would have been way better off just betting the Marlins money line. Guardians shut out the White Sox. White Sox get shut out again. I feel like it's been a little bit, though, since they did that. They actually had won the first 2 games in this series against the Guardians. So Guardians do take game 3 right here, win this thing 7-0. Cardinals defeat the Brewers. I believe the Brewers had won the first 2 games in this series as well, but the Cardinals win this one 4-3. And Rangers and Rockies won them another one there. Patriots, Rangers taking on the chin on the road there. Rockies win that one 3-1. They are still terrible. One of the worst records in the AL. Giants defeat the Reds 6-5. My Royals come through over the Angels 4-2. Padres blank the Dodgers 4-0. Mariners, Papa Will's Mariners defeat the A's 8-4. And then the Mets come through and defeat the Braves last night. So let's look at today, man.
I just want to let you know the time that I didn't place a bet. I've been betting the Guardians against the Sox and lost every single time. And then I didn't bet them yesterday and they get it done. Then I've been betting the Mets to beat the Braves. And the time I don't bet it, they win. That's just
I know, bro. I understand, bro.
Frustrating.
Nah, yeah, Mama said there'd be days like this.
Mama did say that, didn't she?
Mhm.
All right, Cricket, let's do our little our little thing here. Here's what we got going on in the world of baseball today. We got the Blue Jays at the Orioles.
Jose Barrios on the bump for Toronto, and it's Corbin Burns Day for the Baltimore Orioles.
Ooh, Orioles minus 160 favorites. Big money coming in on the Orioles. 87% of the bets, 99% of the money back in the Orioles today. But sounds like you in the chat, the Orioles are on the no bet list, huh?
I don't know, y'all. We might be putting them on the no bet list a day early. I like betting on Corbin Burns, man. And the Blue Jays struggles on the road. Now, Jose Barrios has been pitching well this year too. But I maybe just bet the under in this one.
Okay. Marlins at the Tigers.
Sixto Sanchez on the bump for Miami, and Matt Manning will be going for the Tigers.
Tigers minus 165 home favorites. You got Marlins plus 153 on the comeback. Sharp money on the Marlins. Man,
sharp money?
I just can't believe there's ever sharp money on the fish, man. I can never believe that.
Can we even call that sharp money if it's on the fish?
No, we cannot. The Tigers have big money on them as 87% of the bets, 99% of the money coming in on the Tigers. Phillies at the Mets.
Christopher Sanchez on the hill for Philadelphia, and Sean Manaea will be going for New York.
Mets are plus 110 home dogs here. Sharp money coming in on the Mets. Big money coming in on the Phillies. Action Network expert back in the Mets, but 72% of the bets, 85% of the money back in Philly on the road here. This is one of those system plays, Cricket. It's not exactly right, but the Mets were down in Atlanta, right, last night for Sunday night? Yeah, they were. No, they were home.
Never mind. I think they were at home because I was looking at this. I remember I started looking at these lines last night, and I was like, okay, because the Braves go back home because it's a home team that goes on the road, right? Play Sunday night baseball at home and goes on the road for a Monday game.
Yep. Okay. That's usually when you want to bet against them or bet their team total under. Or I would even say if the Mets were down, let's say the Mets were down in Atlanta last night and they had to travel back home. I feel like that would also be, it's not exactly part of the system, but it's roughly the same. So
Atlanta's in that spot today.
Oh, they are.
They are, yeah. Because I was looking, they're traveling back home. They don't go on the road, but they do.
But they still have travel.
Yeah. So play late game Sunday night baseball, but yeah, they are back at home tonight, so they did have to travel.
Well, we'll get there. We'll take a look at that. The Rays at the Red Sox.
Zach Eflin on the hill for Tampa Bay, and one of the best names in baseball, man. Cutter Crawford on the hill for the Bo Sox.
The Red Sox minus 118 home favorite. Sharp money coming in on the Rays. Big money coming in on the Red Sox. 74% of the bets, 99% of the money back in the Red Sox today. A little divisional game here. I don't know if I can trust the Rays anymore, man. They're just terrible. They're just terrible.
I mean, I think I like this. I mean, they actually got Boston right here on this one as the plus 1.5. I think this is an alt run line spot for you Bo Sox right here at home with Cutter Crawford on the hill. That guy's been pitching good, man. Does not give up a lot of runs.
All right. And here's that game you're talking about, the Cubbies at the Braves. Ooh, I might be looking at that, but we got Cubs visiting Atlanta.
I might be looking at the Cubs too because Shoto Imanaga is on the hill for the Cubbies. This guy's been killing it, and Ronaldo Lopez will be going for Atlanta.
Atlanta minus 137 home favorites. Big money coming in on the Cubs at plus 125 on the comeback. But you got 91% of the bet, 79% of the money back in Atlanta at home tonight. It is a travel spot. Now, listen, I might make us lean towards the under in the game, but I found out it's better if in these situations where you want to do this whole Sunday night baseball fade thing, you never know what's going to happen with the other teams, like the Cubs in this instance. You want to just focus on the Braves. And if you think the travel spot is a deal breaker for you, you just go team total under. So Braves under 4.5.
I think the under probably is the play in this one right there with all that. And see,
but the Cubs can hit, man. The Cubs can hit. The Braves Park. If your bats are hot, you can put up some runs.
Yeah, Shota been pitching well too, though. He has not been giving up a whole lot of runs either. I don't know. It's a low total. 7.5.
Spread it around. Spread around. Bet the under. Bet the team total under. Kind of just be cautious. Bet a little bit on the Cubs money line.
Just don't go crazy on the Braves today.
That's the other thing. I found out because a lot of people will say you just want to fade this team, and so you auto bet the other team. So the team that played. The thing is, the team that plays on Sunday Night Baseball that has to travel, it's better when you're home and you have to travel away. But in this case, the Braves were in New York last night, played the night game, have to come back and play a game today back at home. You want to fade them because of the travel situation. They get in, it's like 2-3 in the morning, it just throws off throws up, especially if they're traveling different time zones. Obviously, they're not here, but if they are traveling different time zones, throws the body clock off, right?
Look at that too, y'all. If you're traveling East Coast to West Coast and stuff like that, I mean, you're losing 3 hours right there.
The system is just to just take the Cubs on the money line right there, right? But I found out it works better if you just fade the team total under. It works out better.
I think that's probably the play. I was going to try to look and see what they had the Braves team total sitting at right now.
Yeah,
but you can go under 2.5. You can go under 3.5 at plus 120. Oh, you had to step away. Okay, my bad. Do you think? Let me get back over here to some of these games. Let's see where we at. We have Cubs, Braves. Looks like Pirates and Brewers. You got Mitch Keller on the bump for the Pirates. Colin Ray will be going for the Brewers. Brewers minus 1.5 at home, plus 145, plus 1.5 on the road, minus 175 for Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh plus 124 on the money line, minus 148 for Milwaukee. You got a total of 8, minus 118 to the over, minus 102 to the under right here. Brewers bit us yesterday, but they've done us pretty well so far this year. I think I might be going back to the well on the Brewers run line in this one. Pirates kind of been struggling with the sticks. Mitch Keller's pitched decent this year at times. That's some bad spots too. So I might be going back to the well on the Brewers run line there. Nationals at the White Sox. It's Chris Flexen Day, y'all. Chris Flexen on the hill for Chicago. And Trevor Williams will be going for the Nationals. If I'm not mistaken, Trevor Williams is still undefeated, never lost this year. So he has been pitching very, very well. I think he's 5-0 now. Nationals minus 1.5 on the road, plus 124. White Sox plus 1.5 at home, minus 148. Minus 135 on the money line for Washington, plus 114 for Chicago. You got a total of 8 in this one, minus 118 to the over, minus 102 to the under. I think I'm going to take the Nationals on the run line right here today, too. I like Trevor Williams. He's been pitching very, very well. We know what can happen to Chris Flexen if he gets, he didn't pitch bad in his last couple starts and pitched terrible in his last couple starts. I believe he even got a win in there somewhere. So, I don't know. Maybe just the under on that one. Good. I'll have to look and dive into it a little bit. Guardians at the Rangers. Tanner Bibee will be going for Cleveland, and Michael Lorenzen will be on the hill for Texas. I think Lorenzen had a real bad outing last time out. I believe who were they playing? The A's? Yeah, I believe that's that game where they scored like 23 runs or something when Lorenzen was on the bump there. So struggled a little bit last time out. Expect him to kind of return to form here. Rangers plus 1.5 at home, minus 192. Guardians minus 1.5 on the road, plus 160. Minus 105 on the money line for Cleveland, and minus 115 for Texas. You got a total of 8.5, minus 112 to the over, minus 108 to the under. No way Cubs beat Braves by 4. Let's see. CU Lopez is good. New to the Cubs. Swanson not there. That's fair. No way the Cubs beat the Braves by 4. Whoever said we didn't say they're going to beat them by 4, man. I didn't anyway. I didn't think all that. I just was saying that we should take the team total under 3.5. CU. That's what we were saying. We weren't talking about beating them by 4. We were just saying Braves team total under due to the travel spot after playing Sunday Night Baseball. A's at the Astros. Ross Stripling on the hill for Oakland. Spencer Arrighetti will be going for Houston. Houston minus 1.5 at home, plus 114. A's plus 1.5 on the road, minus 135, plus 154 on the money line for Oakland, minus 185 on the money line for Houston. You got a total of 9, even money to the over, minus 120 to the under. Now, you could see you. I just want to make sure you understood there. Yeah, no, I wasn't saying take the Cubs minus 3.5. No. I was just saying, look at the Braves team total under 3.5 because you get a little plus money on that thing right there. And hell, the Braves could definitely win that game like 3-1 or something. Cardinals at the Angels. Matthew Liberatore will be on the hill for St. Louis. Jose Soriano will be going for the Angels. Angels plus 1.5 at home, minus 185. Cardinals minus 1.5 on the road, plus 154. Oh, you're back. Hey, man.
I think the main takeaway from that is if you're a Braves fan, just stay away from this.
Yeah, just watch the game as a fan, bro.
Because it's, I mean, as much as you want to root on your team, you think it's a good spot. Those numbers about the Sunday Night Baseball thing, it's legit. So I mean, you don't have to bet against them. You don't have to bet on them either, though. So just tread lightly. There's going to be another game tomorrow.
You can bet the team total under and still win your team can still win the game. You can win your bet and the team can win the game.
You know what? My wife says that too. It's weird.
That's right. Yeah, SD14 fan. She tells me I don't pay them attention either.
What?
See, right? Well played.
Where are we at?
We are on the Rockies and Padres.
Rockies at the Padres.
Dakota Hudson on the hill for Colorado, and Randy Vasquez will be going for San Diego.
San Diego minus 205 home favorites. Rockies plus 185 on the comeback. Why do I feel like this is a spot for the Rockies? This feels like the Padres dropping game 1 of the series.
Dakota Hudson has not pitched well this year, bro. Like 0-6, over 6 ERA.
So he's due.
He's due. I'll give you that. They got the due factor for sure. And the Padres, I think they might have to go on my no-bet list. They're getting dangerously close themselves.
All right. We've got the Royals at the Mariners.
Brady Singer Day, y'all. Let's go. But George Kirby on the other side for the Mariners. I think you bet the under in this damn game.
Mm-hmm. Up in Seattle, you got minus 140 favorites for the Mariners, plus 130 on the Royals. Sharp money, big money, and an Action Network expert all lined up on the Mariners in this one. That's weird. 81% of the bets, 95% of the money. Back in the Mariners, why do I like your Royals today? I think
it's all run line spot, baby, especially with that sharp money, all that money.
I'd be careful of that alt run line though. Up in Seattle,
take them on the money line too, because you get plus 130 on the money line. So just take both.
Okay. This one feels like I think you're right. I think the under is the right play in that one. Reds at the Diamondbacks.
You got Graham Ashcraft on the hill for Cincinnati, and Jordan Montgomery will be going for the D-backs.
The Diamondbacks minus 135. When are we gonna get Zach? We've got to in this series. It's got to be Zach Gallen at home.
Yesterday. Oh, at home. Yeah, maybe I was gonna say he pitched yesterday.
So maybe we won't get him in the series. We haven't had him at home in a while.
Yeah, he beat they whooped the Orioles yesterday, man. They did them 9-2 because I thought we were fading Zach Gallen on the road yesterday. That's why we were all so heavy on the Orioles, and he came out and did the damn thing.
Dude, that is two games in a row. Zach Gallen has his last 2 outings on the road, though they both have been on the road. And you guys have been fading them. And I didn't touch it yesterday, but the first game, I was all over them. Zach Gallen is back, baby.
Yep. I'm a back off fading Zach Gallen right now. I'm going to jump on the other side of that train.
Diamondbacks minus 135. Reds are plus 124 on the comeback. And then we got the Dodgers at the Giants for the night game.
And good morning, Hellport. Gavin Stone on the hill for the Dodgers, and Jordan Hicks will be going for the Giants.
Sharp money, big money coming in on the Dodgers. 86% of the bets, 98% of the money on the Dodgers, laying the minus 176. Giants are plus 160 home dog. That series is interesting.
The damn Giants too. I don't know. I don't like betting on the Dodgers when Gavin Stone's pitching. I tried to bet him. He pitched on 420. I was like, you can't bet against Stone on 420, right? He got whipped.
Oh yeah.
I kind of swore off of him since then. I'm like, if you can't win on 420, when can you win? You know?
I just can't wait for Green to pitch for the Reds again because that thing keeps coming home for us.
That's right, man. I love that we found.
Oh, sorry.
Don't get upset about that. I'm just saying.
All right, Cricket, you got anything else, or should we wrap up here?
No, we can go ahead and wrap up here, man. I'm going to get in here, and I'll, like I said, we don't have no Smoke the Spread this afternoon, y'all. We'll be back with y'all tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern time. But I'll get y'all a video out with some picks on there. I don't know why. I don't know why you want them. Every time I make a video, just bet the other way because they are losers.
That's why they want them.
I think I'm going to put the video out, and I'm going to fade myself.
Then you're going to screw it up for everyone.
Okay, I won't do that, y'all.
Because you'll fade yourself, and then they'll not. Then you'll lose those ones that you faded, and the ones you put out will be winners. But then everyone will be fading your picks because they know to fade. You just don't throw off what we got going here. We got the golden goose, right?
You're right, man. You're right. License to print money.
Good morning, HP. Good morning, Healthport. Goodbye, Healthport. Good morning, Healthport.
Oh man.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fun morning hanging out with you. We're going to wrap things up here, and we'll be back tomorrow bright and early to cover all the latest and greatest going on in the sports world. Until then,
good luck, good gambling,
and game on.
Every American deserves the right to fair housing, and Kamala Harris is working to make that right realized by us all. She learned firsthand how hard it is to work toward the dream of having a home. As California's Attorney General, Kamala Harris took on the big banks and Wall Street, and now she's looking to give first-time home buyers $25,000 for a down payment. This November, vote for the leader looking out for your home.
I'm Kamala Harris, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Harris for President.